it's a lovely winter day, minus 3 degrees Celsius, and just wanted to go for a little walk to one of my favorite places to go, Vigdel Fortress. And today I'm testing out a very light vlogging setup with a Canon R6 Mark II, and I'm using the very tiny RF 16mm f2.8 lens, shooting in 4K 25 frames per second, C-Log 3. So we got quite a lot of snow at the start of 2026. Pretty difficult to find the right exposure settings for a landscape as white as this. So this little lens has no lens stabilization, so I'm just using the camera IBIS and the electronic image stabilization. Right now I have it on the enhanced setting. So when I've been using this lens before, I've been quite disappointed with the IBIS wobble in the corners. So I just wanted to see if I use the enhanced digital stabilization, if it makes any difference at all. So as soon as I reached the top of this hill, I started feeling this very cold wind coming from the northwest. So this whole hill is full of all these old World War II bunkers and gun positions. So they were all built by the German occupying forces during the war. So many of these bunkers are still accessible. I was actually hoping to put the drone up and make some aerial shots of this area, but it is too windy. I don't think I'll risk losing this drone for such a stupid reason, so that will have to wait for another day, I think. So we can still see some traces and some remains of all these running trenches in this area. Most of them has been filled up with stones. You see this used to be a running trench going down to the big cannon at the edge there. So I have found that when it comes to making these kind of run and gun walking vlogs, I have better options apart from this Canon R6 Mark II, and maybe my favorite one is the DJI Pocket 3, because it has really good image quality, and also you have that built-in gimbal on the lens. But still I enjoy testing out my camera gear in different situations, different weather conditions. Just like today, it is freezing cold. I'm also eager to see if the cold temperature will reduce the battery capacity. So I came down that road from the Canon position up there, and now I've come to another kind of platform thing, and this also used to be a huge, I think this was an anti-ship cannon. You can see further down here you have another gun position there, another one over here, and you also have the radar tower on top of the hill. That's a more recent building, I think, but there is a bunker underneath the ground of that hill with the radar tower. But I actually I think that this silo-looking round stone foundation here also used to be the foundation for some kind of radar they had up here. with this lens being so wide, to get a shot like this, I'm standing like this far from the lens. Just wanted to test if the camera could focus on me when I just walk into the shot like this. I've been also taking some pictures with this lens, so I have something to compare with my Fuji Film X106. Because I'm also using quite a wide lens on this, because I have the wide angle adapter, which gives me a 28mm equivalent lens, and I've been quite happy with this little setup. It builds a little to the camera, but it's still very compact and tiny. So if you've seen any of my other videos from this area, you know I always come back to this tree, always shooting it, trying to find new angles, new ways to frame it up. So the invasion of Norway started April 9th, 1940, and almost immediately after the invasion, they started building these kind of coastal fortresses all around the very long Norwegian coastline. I think there was about 300 of these coastal forts, and thousands and thousands of these different gun positions, bunkers, and huge complexes, which makes me think that they must have planned the attack for a long time, because they knew exactly where to build them. And you can see even here on the very edge of this cliff, you have another gun position. I just came from the gun position up there. There's that very big platform up on the hill there. And when I stand here out on the edge here, I can see there is another gun position in front of that big platform. I've said many times in my videos that I always keep coming back to the same places, and especially this place, this coastal fortress. The obvious reason why I keep coming back here is because it's very close to where I live. It's a 15-minute drive, and also normally there are not many people here, so I can do my photography and my filming in peace. I very rarely get disturbed, and I'm also trying to train myself to find new tiny little details in the things that I've already photographed hundreds of times. And even though I live in Norway, we actually don't get very much snow in this part of Norway on the southwest coast. We have pretty mild winters, and we have a lot of rain in the winter. So it's actually kind of exciting for me to be able to photograph this place with all this snow laying around, because that's pretty rare. As you can see, this is a very rugged landscape. Lots of cliffs and hills and lot of hard rocks. And I'm always amazed thinking about how they were able to construct all these bunkers and gun positions. And the occupation only lasted for about 5 years, so it's pretty amazing. But the dark side of the history is that many of these facilities here were actually built by forced labor. There were thousands of Soviet prisoners of war that was brought to this area. They built some very big prison camps and used them to do much of the building. So it's getting very, very cold, and even though I'm wearing gloves most of the time, I keep having to take them off me whenever I need to adjust something on the camera. So my hands are getting kind of numb. What I suddenly noticed that the one thing I have forgotten to pay any attention to is the ISO. Because normally when I'm shooting in a C-Log 3, I try to stick to the base ISO for this camera, which is 800. But I think actually I've shot most of the footage today at 100 or 200. This is partly due to the cold. I have been kind of in a rush to set up every shot because it's so cold, and with this, especially with this biting cold wind. Oh well. So I very rarely plan ahead before I go out to make these videos. most of the time I just go out, I have like a basis idea of what my purpose is. So my photography project lately has been to try to narrow down my focus on smaller details, because whenever I go to an area like this, I've always kept shooting these very wide pictures, trying to capture everything I see in one shot. But lately I've been trying to find these tiny little details, try to capture them and focus and learn to see new things. Today I also, my main purpose today was just to keep testing out this tiny little RF lens, the 16mm. I was quite happy with this lens when I was using it on the R8, but whenever I've been using it on the R6 Mark II, I've been struggling with this IBIS wobble when I'm shooting handheld. So today I wanted to make some handheld shots and combine them with some tripod shots like now. I also have a new ND filter from K&F that I also wanted to test out. When I was shooting handheld today, I was using the enhanced electronic stabilization, so it crops in a little more on the shot. So these tripod shots that I'm doing now are much wider compared to the handheld shots that I did. So when it comes to photography, I have different cameras for different purposes, and most of the time when I go out shooting, especially landscape photography, I use the R6 Mark II. When it comes to the Fujifilm X106, I used them. The plan when I bought this was to use it like for a grab-and-go holiday travel camera. But I've been very happy with many of the pictures it grabs. It is a very good camera, and especially now that I have the wide-angle adapter lens that helps me to grab more in the shot, and I've noticed that I can even use it for landscape shots like this. But when I'm shooting with the Fujifilm, I'm mostly just shooting JPEGs. I always have the raw images as a backup, but I don't think I've almost ever looked at the raw images. But when I'm shooting on the R6 Mark II, I'm only using the raw images, and I try to develop my editing skills as well, so I use a lot of time tweaking my pictures. The fun thing about the Fujifilm camera is all the possibilities you have to use these film recipes. I've been using lately a recipe called Like Alike, and I've also been using Reggie's Portrait. But today I'm actually just using one of the standard film simulations called Astia Soft. So I'm eager to see how that will look. I thought maybe before I go back home, I will just try to grab some black and white images, because I've started to experiment with black and white, and I think sometimes, especially in like very barren landscapes like this, also with heavy dark clouds, the black and white images looks very interesting sometimes. So I have a black and white recipe called Reggie's Black and White. So I have dialed that in now, and I just wanted to grab a few images of the radar tower, and also that round silo looking construction up there, and maybe some close-up details from this gun position here. So actually, I think, especially when it comes to taking pictures of these kind of World War II relics, it kind of makes sense to use black and white, because all the documentary footage from this period, they were black and white, and it make it look more authentic. So for once, I actually remembered to bring my flashlight. So I just want to go down here and have a look inside this bunker. It's just a small room, but unfortunately the flashlight is not strong enough for me to do any filming down there, because it's pitch dark. So I have noticed that many YouTubers are making videos with the title, "If I could have only one lens, which would it be?" And I'm kind of struggling answering that question for myself, I don't know if you notice any difference, but this is another lens. This is not the RF 16mm. This is actually the EF 16 to 35mm f2.8 lens, and I'm shooting at 2.8 now. I'm still at 16mm, just so I can compare. So I actually think this is my favorite lens. It's either this lens or it's the 24 to 105mm f4, which is also an EF lens. But I really like this lens. I think it is pretty sharp. It has an aperture of 2.8, the same as the RF lens. But you also have this extra reach. You can zoom in to 35mm, like this. And I think maybe this is the best focal length for this kind of talking head video. And it seems to be focusing really good. I can see there is a square on my eyes. It's following me. And if I walk out of the shot, does it focus on the building behind me? And what if I get back in the shot, like this? So I walked back down from the hill with all the bunkers and the gun position. And I came to this building, which is actually closer to the entrance to the fortress area. And this used to be an ammunition storage facility. And they kept it further back from the front line for obvious reasons. Also, you have there's also a danger related to storing ammunition, so they wanted to keep it away from where all the soldiers were. And I really like the patina on this very rusted old steel door. Even in black and white, it looks pretty cool. So right now I'm actually on my favorite vlogging camera, the DJI Pocket 3. And my favorite thing about that is the follow mode. So I have attached the camera to a metal surface that I just came across. I have a magnetic camera clamp from Sunny Life that I have attached to the camera. So I can walk around like this. The camera is tracking me. It's perfect for when you're making a photo vlog, when you want to walk around and discuss your setup and things like that. And I find the footage coming from this camera to be excellent. When it comes to different lenses, I like the 16mm RF lens, and I think it would be a perfect match with the R8 if I want a very easy grab and go vlogging setup. And I also grabbed some pictures with it, so I'm eager to see the quality of those. But when it comes to making videos for YouTube, with the Canon R6 Mark II, I actually prefer the 16 to 35mm EF lens, or the 17 to 40, which is also excellent. When it comes to photography with the R6, I actually prefer to have the EF 24 to 105mm for that extra reach. Then you only need one lens. It's also good for filming because it is a stabilized lens, but it's a little bit too narrow for selfie vlogging when you're walking. But then I have this camera, so that combination with the R6 with the 24 to 105mm and this, if I only have one lens with me and one vlogging camera, this would be the perfect setup, I think. When I'm walking with this lens, the gimbal, the built-in gimbal, makes the footage look very stable. You can move around, talk to the camera, and with a triple click on the joystick, you can turn the camera around and you can show different things that you come across. When you're panning the camera around, you get very smooth movement.